In this demonstration, I'm going to make a chilled cheesecake thickened by the fat and whipping properties of cream, and no actual cooking involved apart from melting the butter for a biscuit base. Now, to make this recipe you need 150 grams of butter and 250 grams of biscuits. Generally digestive biscuits work well. Okay, so the biscuits can be crushed using a rolling pin and putting the biscuits into a bag, okay, or they can be crushed using a food processor. Now, food processor, you have to be careful with your hands not to cut them, okay, not very careful with the blade, but basically the biscuits go in and the top is latched on, and process the biscuits until they turn into crumbs. Okay, the biscuits are now crumbs. Now, just a reminder that when using the food processor, the lid locks on and you have to use the feeding tube to basically make sure that your hands are nowhere near the blade, and when you're done you can take that off like so and take the bowl out, put the main body of it away. And take the blade out. Put it somewhere safe to be washed up so that you don't cut your fingers. To finish the base, you need a saucepan, you need a dish about 7 inches in diameter, okay, it's about 15 centimetres, and the butter and the biscuit crumbs. To make the base, you need to melt on a medium to low heat the butter, 250 grams of butter. Now, you need to be careful not to burn the butter, so it just needs to be melted until it's all liquid, okay. And if it starts to bubble, turn it down because you are literally melting it. Once the fat has melted, so you can see it's almost there, don't worry about the froth that's on it, okay, and that's okay, that's perfectly fine. But the butter is melted now, all right. You then can take that off the heat. Now, I've got a marble top here, so that's heat proof. So you take it off the heat, and this is to avoid having biscuits falling all over your your cooker top. And then add the biscuits to the butter. And stir in to make it completely mix. Okay, now taking that to one side, the dish has been sprayed with oil, and that oil has just brushed all over in order to stop your biscuits from completely sticking to the dish. And you then transfer the biscuits into the dish and press them out flat. Put water in your pan to let it soak, and press the biscuits into the base. Right, if you notice, I've gone slightly up the sides. You don't have to go up the sides if you don't want to, but I thought I'd do that as a change. You can just do it straight across the base, but it's all been pressed in, flattened, and so on, and is ready to go in the fridge. So that just chills in the fridge until it's set. For the cheesecake filling, You need 200 grams of curd cheese or cream cheese. I've got soft cream cheese here, making sure that it's not garlic flavoured or anything like that. It just needs to be plain cream cheese. The grated rind and juice of half an orange. I'm going to use a combination of lemon and lime. So I'm going to use a bit of lime juice and a bit of lemon juice and the zest off each, because I'm going to match it with some kiwi, so it's going to make a sort of key lime type style cheesecake. 50 grams of caster sugar, that's a very fine grain, and 284 mils, there's 300 in there, 284 mils of whipping cream or double cream. Definitely not single cream. Single cream does not have enough fat in it to whip up, so you need either double cream or half double cream, like a low fat version of, but still enough to whip, or whipping cream. You can use as well some Greek yogurt, and instead of using all cream you could substitute half of the cream for Greek yogurt. Okay, so it's down to you really what you want to put in. Substituting Greek yogurt could lower the fat content a little bit. Then you need some fruit to decorate. I'm going to use raspberries and kiwi. To make the filling, the first step is to whip the cream. You need that in a large bowl because it will expand in volume. The fat, when agitated in this cream, will actually trap air and cause the volume to increase, and for the thickness to, well, the viscosity to become much thicker. So you can see that the cream is starting to thicken, but it's still got a long way to go, so keep going. And the important thing when actually using an electric whisk to whip cream is to be very careful not to over whip it. One moment, a split second, it won't be whipped thick enough, and the next it will be, and you've got to be careful not to over whip. Okay, the cream's now pretty thick. You want it at that soft peak stage. If you look, that's at soft peaks. Okay, whipping cream whipping cream tends to be a little bit looser than double cream, but that's plenty thick enough now. All right, so if I whip any more, it's going to start separating out, which then means that it will start to separate into sort of thick lumps and thin liquid, which is not what you want. For the filling, I've whipped the cream and I have the cheese in a bowl. I'm going to add the sugar to that. Okay, if I was using Greek yogurt, I would put it in with the cream. And to that now I need to add some zest. Now, to get the zest off a lime or a lemon or an orange, you just pull a zester across the skin and that will actually scrape it off. Or you could use the small part of the grater, okay, which gives you small bits of zest, as you can see on the marble top. Okay, and I want some of that zest in the mixture. So you've got a mixture of lime and lemon here. If it was orange, you'd do half an orange. Okay, I'm going to keep the rest of that for the topping to sprinkle across the top. Okay, I've got plenty there now gone into it. A little bit more, there we go. And it's a juice of half an orange. Now I'm going to use lime and a lemon, so I'm going to cut the lemon in half. It's all right to cut down onto this because it's a marble chopping board, and cut the lime in half. Now the juice from each of those should give me the equivalent of 1/2 of an orange. Okay, so just take the juice out of those. Now before you juice anything like this, it's quite useful to roll the piece of fruit in your hand, to sort of in between your hands, just to soften it. You'll get more juice out that way. Obviously skins and things go in the compost or the food caddy, whichever, just to be environmentally friendly. Now I'm going to stir all of this together, add the juice. To avoid making it too sloppy. Okay, and then that gets folded in to the cream. So fold the cheese, the juice and zest and sugar mixture into the cream. Using a tablespoon and a figure-of-8 motion, trying not to over stir your cream. Okay, and then that's ready to put on the top of your biscuit base. Set, and the topping, the filling is ready, so that's getting spooned into the base, or on top of the base. Put that on and smooth it out. So that's smoothed over, and now we just decorate it. So you can put as much or as little fruit as you like on top. Okay, and decorate it. Just keep going until you're happy with the finish. Just finish it off with a little sprinkling of zest. Gives a nice finishing touch. And job done. Okay, that will go in the fridge in order to chill. Enjoy your cheesecake. Don't forget to press the subscribe button and join me again for another video.